There's a spotlight that comes with hype. A won't believe it till you see it kind of brightness. Then in a flash, it arrives. In his big league debut, George Lombard Jr. lived up to the billing.
What a wonderful double play from the first ball handled in the big leagues by George Lombard Jr. Wow!
Smooth with the glove and loud with the bat. Hit in the air, deep left field, Torres back, George Lombard Jr. has entered the yard and left it. The Yankees' top prospect arrived with a bang, showing the Bronx he was born for this, that it's in his DNA. A forever moment here at the stadium, and the Bronx is alive.
You got to say, this has been some kind of day for Team Lombard, huh?
Tonight, the spotlight shines again. It's the Yankees and Lombard next on Prime. The rain has left. Clear skies and baseball is here as Prime presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Yankees against the Cardinals in the rubber game of a 3-game set from the Bronx, New York. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside Paul O'Neill. So happy to be with you this Wednesday evening for Yankees baseball on Prime. Paul, you could not have scripted a better debut yesterday for George Lombard Jr., the Yankees' top prospect.
Well, we were all excited. Coming to the ballpark, we heard about the big call-up, the #1 prospect. Well, can he play defense? That's what you wanted to know. Coming in as a shortstop, he could play defense. I mean, this is one of the better double plays the Yankees have turned all year, and he just continued. He's got great arm strength, great instincts, and yeah, he can hit too. He went deep, and you know what? What a family day. You could not make this up. What a night for the Lombard family.
Everybody buzzing about it today. Lombard, the 14th Yankee to homer in his debut. Third youngest MLB shortstop to hit a home run in his debut since 1900. Now tonight, pretty good pitching matchup here for this rubber game between the Cardinals and the Yankees. We'll take a look at it. Andre Palante, who's pitched very well in the season and even better of late, goes for St. Louis. And Will Warren, good numbers on the season, and he's coming off a gem of an outing.
Well, probably the best start he's had all year. 6 2/3 in Wrigley Field. Did not give up a run. And you got to monitor this. He all of a sudden is using his breaking ball more. He's always had the good fastball, and now he's even mixing in more of the changeup. So let's keep an eye on him tonight and see if that continues. But coming off a gem.
And the Yankees typically play well when Warren's on the mound. You see the best team records in pitcher starts in the American League this season. The Yankees 14-7 when Warren takes the hill. That's 4th best in the American League. Uh-oh, who's that man? The captain, the judge is getting closer. Justin Shackle chats with him next here on Prime.
Welcome back to Yankees baseball on Prime. Justin Shackle with you as we get ready for first pitch in the series finale between the Yankees and the Cardinals on a day in which Yankees manager Aaron Boone called an important step in the progress for Aaron Judge's return to the Yankees lineup. Imaging taken yesterday cleared Judge for some light activity on the field this afternoon. He did some light jogging and upper body exercises, and afterward the captain spoke with reporters.
Better news, you know, healing up, so you get a chance to progress a little bit, do some running, do some more upper body stuff, and kind of progress towards getting back out in the field and swinging it. So I wish it was completely healed and the fracture's gone and I can start playing tomorrow, but that's not the case. But, you know, great step forward. I'll be back this season. I don't know why I wouldn't be. That was always a plan to come back sooner than later, definitely. But, yeah, I never had a thought of not playing this year.
Judge did indicate that he'll need more imaging done in order to get the green light to resume hitting. Nevertheless, today is a big step in his return to the Yankee lineup, Ryan.
Oh, no doubt, Jack, a huge step. And meanwhile, they just put the tarp back on the field, and now they're taking it right off. So hopefully just a little false alarm there, and We get started shortly at the stadium after a rain delay that's around an hour. But Paul, just to digest that information for a moment regarding Aaron Judge, obviously a great sign that the imaging improved enough for him to be cleared to start beginning his program to return to play.
Yeah, and it's going to be a program, and it's just not like you're going to wake up tomorrow after sitting out a couple months and start hitting 90-mile-an-hour fastball. So he's got a ways to go, but obviously a great sign today to see him back out on the field. Bad sign is there's a tarp on the left field. We'll figure there's Aaron Judge earlier in the day. That's when everybody was on the field, and we have not seen that for a long time. So a good sight to see Aaron Judge out there moving around.
And Aaron Boone was talking about it before the game, and he said, you know, there's just something about seeing him put on his pinstripes, get dressed up, go out with his teammates that get you excited and obviously brings a level of optimism and hope, even though, like you said, Paul, this is a program. This is going to take a while. Aaron Boone admitted he was kind of pressed on, well, is he further behind than he would be, say, at the start of spring training normally? And he said, well, yeah, I mean, because he hasn't been able to do the things you're normally doing on your own before the start of spring training.
Yeah, as a player, you work out in the offseason, then you really ramp it up before you go to spring training. So you're not game ready, but you're able to do all the activities, and he has not been able to do anything. He hasn't been able to pick up a bat, throw a ball, anything. So, Aaron Judge is a special player, so he's not the normal person that can get ready and be, some part of this lineup. So that's going to come about in time, and you just hope that he gets back where he can help this team win.
And the other part of it, Paul, is right now, everything prior to this has been based on imaging and reading that and letting that dictate what the next steps would be. Aaron Boone was talking about now it's symptom driven, and as he goes through these steps, that's going to be Aaron Judge also responding to his body, because some of these things that he'll be doing in the ramp up are things that could trigger the symptoms, but obviously the Yankees hope they won't, and he'll have a steady linear progression back to the field.
Well, from past experience, I look at it as the last hurdle you get out is in your mind.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that you had an injury and you're going to go out and swing and do all this, that you don't at some point feel it. And if you feel it and you can get through it, then you're kind of home free. But again, until you can clear your mind and say, you know what, I can dive for this ball, I can go for this ball, and I can hit this fastball away, that's when you know that Aaron Judge can help this team.
Now, this is the man who'll be on the mound tonight, Will Warren. Paul, you talked about it in our open, probably coming off his best start of the year.
Yeah, he was really a pitcher at Wrigley Field. I mean, he's always had that deceptive fastball, a lot of swing and misses, and all of a sudden, you're seeing more breaking balls to righties and especially more changeups to lefties, which gives him an opportunity to have the ball going away from him. And don't get me wrong, he still has a great, good fastball. But if he can, work those other pitches in, there's a lot more mystery involved to the hitter.
And everybody excited to watch that young man again tonight, George Lombard Jr., whose debut was as dazzling as you could have hoped for if you're the Yankees, if you are a fan of this team. And Paul, it was amazing, in the city today, and people coming across, different people listening to the different New York sports talk shows. The buzz and the excitement around that debut was remarkable.
Yeah, it was just a great story. I mean, you've heard the name, you see it, you wait till, he's going to get an opportunity. But when you put it all together, the family here and the way it happened and his brother starting on the same day, it was a special night. I was glad to be a part of it. I mean, again, you were in the city. I was walking into the weight room this morning. There was nobody that wasn't talking about Lombard Jr. last night, and that's an exciting night for the Yankees.
And you all followed along, and Justin had that wonderful interview with George's parents, and we know that his brother Jacob was playing in his first minor league game yesterday and homered. And it was so interesting. Jacob did an interview on SportsCenter last night, and he told the story of how he learned about George's home run. And he learned about George's home run because there happened to be a meeting on the mound in his minor league game when George was up with this at bat. There was a TV along the third baseline that he could see from the mound. He saw George up, saw the swing, and he said, he thought, oh, did he just hit a home run? And then he saw a shot of the parents, and he said, oh my goodness, he must hit a home run. So he actually got to watch his brother's home run. And look at this. This is just remarkable. Home runs in respective debuts last night. The launch angle, identical. The exit velocity, nearly identical. Both in their second plate appearance. Off a breaking ball, hit to left center field against a pitcher in the Cardinals organization. I mean, that is just goosebump kind of stuff.
Mind-boggling. You know, I'm a little old school. I like the picture on the left. You know, it's just kids with dreams. They got to the major leagues. The right side with the launch angel, you can have it all. They both hit home runs. One in the major leagues, one in the minor leagues. Let's see what he does tonight.
Yeah, just an awesome, awesome night at the ballpark. An incredible story.
Brian, I feel like we're in the fourth inning here. We're doing a lot of talking. We land our starting pitcher out.
Well, that's right. Eventually, there'll be some action to carry us.
You know, Danny Cunningham comes out there again with that tarp. I'm going down and tackling. That's it. That's it. We've had enough.
By the way, the ceremonial first pitch tonight thrown out by Mark H. Morial, the president and CEO of the National Urban League since 2003. Former mayor of New Orleans, was there from 1994 to 2002. Also the author of Gumbo Coalition, 10 leadership lessons that help you inspire, unite, and achieve. And a nice throw there from Mark to get things started after the rain delay here at the stadium tonight. Very nicely done. Well, you see the lights go out, the official intro starting inside the stadium. Don't worry, that's not lightning. That's the that's just the scoreboard.
No, what it is, it's dark. And
yeah,
so you don't see this much going on at the beginning of the game at 7 o'clock with the sun out. So we got a lot of things working here, folks. Believe me, we're going to have baseball. Ryan promised it.
I did. As the Yankees take the field now. And Will Warren trots out while the intro plays. We'll have a delay a little over an hour. And we'll be ready to start a rubber game between the Yankees and the Cardinals, with the Yankees looking to continue all the good feelings that they had last night. Take a look at St. Louis's starting lineup. J.J. Weatherall leading off. Ivan Herrera bat second. Alec Burleson, who had 3 homers in the first game of this series, did not start yesterday against the lefty. Pinch hit late and walked. For me, Nathan Church, Blaze Jordan, Brian Torres, Jimmy Crooks, and Cesar Prieto is the final man in the Cardinals lineup. And for the Yankees, Will Warren, 8-5, 4.14 ERA. Let's take a look at your scouting report here, Paul.
Well, he did bounce back. He had a really tough start in Philadelphia where he gave up 6 runs. Well, last time out at Wrigley Field on Friday, 6 2/3, no earned runs. And mixing it up, we talked about a little bit on the pregame. He threw a lot more changeups. He actually had career-high 24 changeup. Actually threw it more than his fastball. So we'll see if that continues or if that was just a one-game thing. And 2 out of 3, Yankees trying to take this series. And the Bombers are 14-7 with Warren on the hill, which is also 2 out of 3, Brian. So probably threw it in there.
Yeah, I like it. Take a look at the defense behind him. Elliot Ramos in left, Grisham in center, Spencer Jones in right, McMahon at third, Lombard, who impressed last night at short, Chisholm and Garcia on the right side, and Austin Wells behind the plate. And take the subway into the stadium and get ready for some summer baseball. Don't have many of these summer nights left, Paul, remarkably enough.
Don't remind me. Well, in October is kind of a fun month in baseball, right?
That's true. We're all right for trading August for October. Here's Weatherholt, just his 4 games. His 4th game sliding over to shortstop. And he takes ball 1 as we begin things following a rain delay, just a little over an hour here at the stadium. reaction from Elliot Ramos. His second roll call from the bleacher creatures as Warren falls behind 3-0. Yankees have had trouble throwing strikes to Weatherholt all series. One hour and 8-minute rain delay. Take a look at the umpire's sky report on Corey Blazer. Neutral. 50 of his 79 challenges overturned.
Everything going away. Why not just throw your first backdoor breaking ball right on the outside corner? Back at the count here now at 3-2.
Real subtle acknowledgement of the bleacher creatures there from Lombard. The 3-2. Missed outside, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Weatherholt.
He's got the ball off the plate to Weatherholt, which would be inside to Herrera. So you got to watch it. We mentioned last night he's been hit by pitch 25 times so far this year, which is unheard of. I think it's more than most people in their whole career.
Well, for you especially.
Yeah, I didn't lie. I got out of the way.
You only got hit 22 times your entire career.
That was enough.
So Herrera's topped your number in one season.
Using that sinker now, trying to get the ball down in the strike zone, keep the ball on the ground. And Herrera, he and Freddie Freeman lead all of baseball in double play. So that's one good thing is right here. If you keep the ball on the ground, you got a good shot.
Warren misses again, 3-1. Now Warren was about ready to start this game and timed it up for an 8:05 start, and then the tarp came back out for literally 60 seconds and then off, but it delayed things just a little bit. You always wonder if it then takes you a moment as a pitcher to settle in.
Yeah, it's all about routine, and you know, you wait a couple extra minutes, but I don't think that he's thinking about that now. He's about, let's get this guy on the ground, get a pitch over the plate.
3-1. Got one over the plate with a sinker. It's 3-2. Wow, the lights just went out. Oh boy. The entire first base side of the stadium, the lights went out. Now they're flickering back on in a couple places, but not everywhere.
You can make this stuff up, man. We got tarps going on, tarps going off. It's not raining. And we get the lights going off. Hey, it looks good from the drone.
Paul, we've had a lot of strange things in this series. A lot of action.
Yes, yeah, a lot of stories. Well, we got another one now.
Yeah. How many banks of lights do you need to go on in order to continue this?
Because if you're pitching, you don't care if there's only a couple on. If you're hitting, you might need a few more.
It's a great point, Paul. Yeah, all you can do is meditate through it.
You know, as we sit up here and comically almost laugh at it, somebody is nervous right now.
Yes, it's so true.
Around like flustered. The bank of lights are out.
Right. There are people who work their tail off to get everything going operationally who are frantically racing around trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, there's a runner on first, nobody out in a 3-2 count.
You know, in hindsight, getaway day game might have worked. You know, you didn't even need the lights. Huh?
Would have beat the rain, too. It is ominous, too, beyond the outfield. You look at it's not just dark out there. There's some angry-looking clouds, but forecast has us in the clear for the rest of the night. George is asking, does this happen a lot?
But you remember in the old days, if the lights went out, you had to wait like 20 minutes or half an hour to
power them back on. Yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go. We got action.
All right, there we go.
I don't know that I ever heard the crowd cheer for the lights.
Yeah. I had a weird one this year in a Cavs game in Detroit. I did NBA, Paul, where the horn got stuck and went off for 15 straight minutes.
It's like the fire alarm at home when you sleep, but it's like there's no way to turn it off.
They couldn't. We were doing an interview with Donovan Mitchell. It was our all-access game for ESPN, and he's in the middle of it. All of a sudden, you guys hear that too? Oh yeah, we hear it, Donovan. All right. We think we're ready to go now.
We might as well just flip a coin and start this thing over.
A lot of false starts. Here's the 3-2. He got him. Nice job by Will Warren bouncing back there. What a way.
I was going to say, I don't know who has the advantage. Warren not throwing a pitch or the hitter, stepping out for 4 or 5 minutes. Well, it's like Warren, you see, he gets around that ball a little bit, so it has just a slight cut, like a ride to it. It stays above the barrel for strike 3.
The big out there from Warren with Burleson coming up here. Showed you the numbers of late for Burleson as that's strike 1 to him. Had the 3 home runs, his first career 3 home run game in the opener. But beyond that, he's been hot lately. Last 20 games, 360 batting average and 975 OPS. 0-2.
Back at Warren likes to use that changeup now against lefties, but if you look back at that 3 home run game, I think if I remember correctly, 2 of them were off changeup. So you got to be careful. There you go, down and away, you'll get it.
Threw a good one there. Back-to-back strikeouts from Warren.
Yeah, this is just a tremendous location on this pitch because, good arm speed. The ball is down off the plate away, and if you hang that ball out over the plate, bad things can happen.
Here's Fermin, who's hit all over the lineup in this series. Again, no Jordan Walker in the lineup for the Cardinals. Missed yesterday with a sore knee. 0-1 on Fermin. The 0-1. Rolled slowly towards the middle. Lombard over, gloves, fires, inning over. Warren works around the leadoff walk and holds the Cards off the board as Lombard throws out Fermin. And we go to the bottom of the first of the stadium. Nice work from Will Warren after the leadoff walk. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to short. Bottom of the first now. Take a look at the Yankees lineup. Trent Grisham leading off. He showed signs of breaking out the last couple of days. Ben Rice bats second. Luis Garcia Jr. and Elliot Ramos, the new acquisitions, third and fourth. And Spencer Jones, Jazz Chisholm Jr., who leads the American League. Second baseman in homers, Ryan McMahon. George Lombard Jr. bats eighth. And Austin Wells rounds out the Yankees starting lineup. Andre Palante on the mound for the Cardinals, 11-6, 3.72. Let's take a look at Paul's scouting.
Well, he's had a good one. There's no other way to say it. I mean, he all year he's been good. 11-6, most wins by the Cardinals starter, and he's a ground ball leader. 62% of ground balls since he's been in the major leagues, which is the most by any pitcher. And one thing leads to another. You keep the ball on the ground. You don't give up home runs. Less than 1 home run per 9 innings, which is 6th lowest in the National League. You got to remember now the Yankees lead the American League in homers, so something has to give here tonight.
Grisham had a couple of hits in the opener, including a homer. Had a hit last night after he had really scuffled
Look at how he drops that arm straight behind him, which causes him to get a real high arm angle, which is very weird for a sinker baller, because most guys kind of get around the ball and you know, kind of comes off that finger and it tails away, but he gets so far on top of it.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh, lights out again.
Breaker popped again. You got to reset that baby.
You know, where's my wife when I need her? Where's the fuse box?
Oh man,
she's real good at this kind of stuff.
Oh. What does it in your house? For me, it's the washing machine.
I don't know what does it. I don't even.
Yeah, I asked the wrong guy.
I'm not a homemaker. Just,
no,
I'll admit it.
You have strengths. You know them. You have strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, you know, just don't try to act. There, yeah. Look at that thing. That's the culprit right there.
Oh boy. Let's hope it's not a portent of things to come. Got to reset that breaker.
It's quite a breaker. That's a lot of lights. It's not April. It's not April Fool's.
Nah, it feels like it.
Fake rain delay. Yeah. Breakers going out. Tarps going on. We're only in the first inning.
Who knows what the rest of the night has in store? Grisham skies that into shallow center. Church makes the catch. One down. Take a look at the Cardinals defense. Torres in left, Church in center, Fermin in right. Jordan and Weatherhold on the left side. Prieto and Burleson on the right side. Herrera behind the plate. Here's Ben Rice. Ben had a couple of walks yesterday. Ben still trying to break out of it a little bit. Funky's been in.
Well, the offense the last couple days. I mean, you had the big home runs yesterday, but the night before, you know, double figures, and Ben Rice has not been a part of it. So you know, you just wait for his little dip here to start going uphill again and really make this lineup a lot more lethal.
2 for his last 27. 1 double, no ribbies during that 8-game stretch. 3rd in the American League in slugging, 4th in OPS, 3rd in homers. And yeah, waiting for the lights to go back on. You know they will with Rice.
It's a good night to bring that up.
I knew what I was doing. Two-one. Big rip and a miss. Tell you what, the crowd all stayed though through the rain delay. Great Wednesday night crowd here at the stadium.
Now, if you look at the schedule coming into the year, I mean, this is an exciting series. You know, the Cardinals, the Yankees, interleague, storied franchises, top 2 in World Series wins.
Two. 3-2. Whoa.
Hard to check the target out when your
man,
closed up.
Completely closed. That's wild. 3-2. Rice gets jammed. Pops it into shallow right where Prieto makes the catch.
You see the arm go straight down right over the top he comes, but boy, I don't know why the eyes close. That's a lot of trust in picking it up early and just letting it go.
Would you see that as a hitter, Paul?
No, you wouldn't see his eyes. You're trying to the release point.
Yeah. Luis Garcia Jr. up. Look out. 1-0. Garcia has not only been impressive with the bat his first couple of games as a Yankee, but also with the glove at first. Oh, and he's helpful. Got to spend a couple moments with him on the field earlier today. Clearly is just so excited to be here and loving this opportunity. So he chops that weakly to first. Boggled there by Burleson, and Garcia is going to be safe on the E3.
Well, he got an extra out here. We'll see what they can do. That looked like it hit something and just came up on him sideways. I mean, it wasn't hit hard. It was a little chopper. It's Burleson kind of going back. It actually hit his hand instead of his glove. Ouch.
Can the Yankees walk through that door? Here's Elliot Ramos. His second game as a Yankee. 0 for 4 yesterday. Solid numbers on the season. Better against left than right, but is going to play regularly right now. While the Yankees wait for some of their other bats to come back in the outfield. Which one of them, Cody Bellinger, hit on the field today and talked in the clubhouse afterwards. Said he felt really good hitting. Did more running in a straight line and is very encouraged with how he's feeling in the return from the hamstring injury. Ramos waves and misses 2-1. A 2-1. 2-2. Oh, look out. Got him. Garcia taking a step towards second, gets picked off. So reaches on an error, then gets picked off to end the inning. This game's got weird elements already. We go to the second, no score. This Thursday, it's the WNBA on Prime. Join us as the Las Vegas Aces take on the Indiana Fever. Then it's the LA Sparks and the Minnesota Lynx. The WNBA on Prime tips off tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Fever and Lynx played an incredible game Sunday. Got to call. There should be two good ones coming up here on Prime. No score, top of the second. Nathan Church leading off against Will Warren. Church flicks that down the left field line. Ramos into foul territory. Watches it sail into the seats. Paul, you talked about these two franchises, most World Series titles in history. The Yankees with 27, the Cardinals far below, but in second with 11. They have met in the Fall Classic 5 times. Third most of any World Series matchup. The most, the Yankees and Dodgers, 12 times. Second most, Yankees Giants, 7 times. The Cardinals with the 3-2 lead on the Yankees. The last time they met, 1964.
Oh, yeah, that was Bob Gibson.
Yeah.
He was the MVP.
He was indeed.
He pitched on 2 days rest and threw a complete game in Game 7.
He had a 10-inning win in Game 5, came back and threw that complete game on 2 days rest in Game 7.
Wow, there were some unbelievable stories about Bob Gibson. I had the honor to meet him because he was a good friend of Joe Torre, so we would come in during the playoffs and stuff. And Tim McCarver actually was his private catcher.
Yeah.
And there were many stories that Tim McCarver told the story, so they were true. One day he was out there, Gibson, get out here. Don't even come talk to me. It's the only thing you know about hitting is you can't do it. No, the only thing you know about pitching is you can't hit it. Get back where you belong. So it's really amazing when you look back at some of the stories. And there's Bob Gibson. Believe me, one of the guys that you hear stories about, and it was true. He was that good. Another one, McCarver told him, he called a bad pitch on vertical many, supposedly. This is Tim McCarver talking.
Yeah. And as Church fights that off into left field, a base hit. And a leadoff man on again for St. Louis.
And he thought it was the wrong pitch. He says, you got one more than one finger back there. He said, yeah, but you got a head on your shoulders. You shake it off if you'd like to. And he just stormed back to the mound. Like, wow. These are going on during the field.
That's how you talk to each other when you're a couple of legends, right? You see the resume for Bob Gibson, just incredible. The 3,000 strikeouts, 251 wins, 1968 MVP. Legendary stories about the way he'd throw up and in. I had a fascination with Bob Gibson growing up. Obviously, I didn't get to watch him play, but he was one of the guys who I got his jersey and would wear it as a kid growing up.
He played with the Globetrotters before he was a basketball player before he played with the Cardinals.
He was a great player at Creighton, great basketball player. Rolled to short, could be two. Lombard shovels, Chisholm across. It's a double play, 6-4-3.
There's no jab towards the ball or anything. I mean, he just puts the glove there and allows the ball to get to the pocket. And you've seen some double plays turned, and it's no secret that these are going to continue because right now Jazz and Lombard Jr. are both good arm strength. They're going to be able to do this for the pitching staff.
Even the routine just looks smooth so far in watching Lombard. And we saw that in spring training. Anybody who's watched him in the minors has seen it. But it has jumped out over these first 2 days. A couple of high degree of difficulty plays, a couple of easier plays. In all of them, there's just been a fluidity to how he's roamed at short thus far.
Hey guys, he had 5 balls hit to him last night. Obviously handled them all with aplomb. And Aaron Boone said after the game that there is just a physicality to what Lombard does at the position, but there's also a quickness, there's balance, and he thinks that the soccer background helps Lombard a lot. Just a really good athlete. He didn't have to reach for that double play ball that he first had hit to him early in yesterday's game with his arm. He just knows how to position himself and put himself in the best position. He also called him a puma. He said his athletic instincts are like a puma. So cat-like instincts.
First time I've heard that used for a baseball player.
For these things, that's going to be the next T-shirt. Savages. Now we got pumas.
I think you're right. That's coming.
He said the athleticism, but the physicality that he could play with really stands out. He paused and he said, like a puma.
Well done, Shaq. Nice job by Warren. Third strikeout of the day. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. Hey, Friday nights are for the NWSL on Prime. This Friday, Gotham FC take on the San Diego Wave in a can't-miss matchup at 8 p.m. Eastern only on Prime. Bottom of the second inning, and Ramos gets another chance after Luis Garcia was picked off to end the bottom of the first. It'll be Ramos, Jones, and Chisholm.
Garcia with 4 stolen bases. We're going to show the Yankees, hey, I can steal bases too. Kind of got caught.
Yeah.
He was definitely going on the pitch.
Blocked off there into right field, a base hit. Ramos makes the turn. He's headed for second. Lost all kinds of equipment, but is there with his first Yankee hit. It is a double.
He's got laundry everywhere. He's got batting gloves and helmets, everything. But you know what? He's on second base, and this is a good thing for him to get that first hit out of the way. Kind of fights it off the other way, reads the play. Kind of get jammed over in the corner. So, you know, why not go?
He lost his shoe. That's what he lost. Wasn't sure what fell off. Ran out of his shoes. He is fired up. Yeah, I got to tie those puppies tighter. Boom. There it goes. Boom. There it goes.
It's an awkward feeling. All of a sudden, you lose a spike. It's not like you can call timeout and put it back on.
Especially, he was going to have to hustle for that double. So, yeah, tying them both a little tighter. Here's Spencer Jones. And we talked about it yesterday, Paul, how Ramos was explaining how his approach is the opposite way. He tries to hit the ball to right center field. And saw him very deftly hit that into right.
Yeah, this ballpark could really help him to just stay on the ball a little bit more. We talked about it last night. He's got great power the other way. He was actually the only right-handed hitter to hit the ball in McCovey Cove in San Francisco.
Pretty impressive.
Never forget the day we opened that ballpark and Andy Pettitte was pitching. It was an exhibition game, and everybody was wondering if it was possible. And Barry Bonds came up and hit one over my head. I didn't move. And yeah, that's possible. But I didn't know if it was possible for a righty. But Ramos did it.
Barry took Andy deep in the exhibition game?
Yeah, way deep into the water where the boats float out there.
No 1-2. And one of the things that Aaron Boone has talked about is the improvement in the approach at the plate from Spencer Jones, and even shortening the swing at times with 2 strikes. The situational hitting in this recent stretch in the big leagues for him.
Well, you got to make adjustments as a young hitter. You're usually kind of abused early, and if you watch the way he pitched him last night, everything hard under his hands and then soft away outside the strike zone. And I was talking to him a little bit today about it. He said, yeah, I got to figure that out, because every hitter is going to have a weakness, and until you adjust to it, they're going to continue to pitch you there.
Here comes the 3-2 to Jones. Big swing and a miss. Got him on a slider. 1 down.
Left-hander's dream is the ball down and in, but good pitchers will be able to make that look like a strike, and then it ends up on the back foot. That was David Cohn's bread and butter right there to lefties.
Here's Jazz, homered last night for the Yankees' first run. As much as he has struggled offensively this season, still leads American League second baseman in homers. One and one. By the way, 176 homers into McCovey Cove since the park opened in 2000. 109 splash hits. 34 of them by Barry Bonds. Those are the Giants home runs, the splash hits. 67 by opponents. And Ramos remains the only righty to do it. Some awesome drone shots here on Prime tonight, taking you into Yankee Stadium. Leading at the mound, Jazz waits. McMahon on deck. Lombard would follow him. The 2-1. Chisholm fouls it right back here, just over us. You see how quick Smythe was?
Cat quick. James out of his booth. Fingers off the computer, ready to catch.
Wow.
Bounce like a puma.
Exactly. Speaking of Pumas, yeah, even Aaron Judge saw that from down the dugout. He's looking up and saying, did you see Smythe? Yeah, I did too. He's quick. I agree, Cap. The 2-2. 3-2 on Jazz. McMahon on deck. Jazz wild swing as he tips it into the glove. 2 down.
Monte able to really tie him up. Again, see that kind of cutter right under his hand. Not able to get to it. It's really amazing when he releases the ball. I mean, the force actually closes his eyes and just heaves it.
I don't know that I've ever seen that.
No. I've seen guys, you know, kind of their head gets at, you know, kind of sideways, but not closing your eyes.
Here's McMahon. The 1-0. 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Good slider there. Alate uses his four-seamer 30% of the time. Slider 30%. And a pretty even distribution between the sinker and the knuckle curve. Mixes in an occasional split. Coming off back-to-back really strong starts. Lombard on deck. 2-1 on McMahon. Chops that to the left side. Gloved at third by Jordan, and that will end the inning. So the Yankees get the leadoff double, do nothing with it. We go to the third, no score. Well, it is time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Grace, who enjoyed her time at Yankee Stadium recently. Oh yeah, nice order there she got going on there. Hands full of hot dogs there. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post your pictures to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees. We might spotlight you in a future game.
That must be the shoes. We're talking about the shoes over that. We ran right out of them.
We're trying to figure out what happened there, man. You didn't tie him tight enough? Jimmy Crooks, just a terrific name. 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fourth strikeout for Warren. It looks really sharp.
Again, I mean, you got to keep an eye on this because he is really getting comfortable with putting lefties away with that changeup. And if you can get that ball out of the strike zone for a strikeout pitch, that's just key for him to be able to dominate lefties with one pitch, and let's get ahead and then go to that changeup outside the strike zone.
Well, to your point, Paul, last game, you talked about the 24 changeups, career high. It was only the second time in his career that he used a pitch other than a fastball for his most used pitch within an outing, and lefties were 2 for 14 against him in that outing. Something he needed, because after starting the year strong against lefties, they had started to trend up.
Right.
Two and one. All right, Paul, when you think of really good righty changeups.
Pitch called the ball. Catches challenger.
As we get an ABS powered by T-Mobile challenge here from Austin Wells, who is wrong. Rare Mr.
Call confirmed.
Wells.
New York has one remaining.
Wow, that's as close as it gets. Holy cow.
That thing kind of touching the box.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, to your point, Ryan, I mean, Pedro Martinez,
yeah,
I mean, had the best changeup I've seen. Frank Viola had a great changeup. And Keith Folk, who pitched for the White Sox, had an unbelievable changeup. And what a
wow. What a play by Grisham. Full body length dive for out number 2.
Well, that's the one thing about, you kind of soak the field with a little rain delay. It makes it much easier for an outfielder, because when you're going to hit, you're going to slide a little bit. I think he thought there were 2 outs. He was kind of going in. Great play. Grisham, you can't say enough of how much he has helped this outfield since he's come back from the IL. Those are dangerous plays for center field. You're diving and nobody behind you. That ball can go a long way.
Great play by Grisham. Now Weatherhold hits with 2 out, nobody on. He walked his first time up. Weatherhold has walked 4 times in the series already. Rookie made his debut on opening day. MLB.com writers poll just came out for NL Rookie of the Year, and Weatherhold was tied with Cincinnati's Sal Stewart for first for NL Rookie of the Year. Two one, and it's 3-1. Smoked up the middle. Oh my! Lombard! Oh baby! An absolute delight in the field.
Well, you might see a challenge here, but I don't care. That's a phenomenal play. I mean, that ball was hammered. That wasn't a ball just up the middle. But what makes this possible is his arm strength. 105 off the bat, gloved. Get up quick, and you've got the arm strength to throw out a quick runner and Weatherhold. Phenomenal play.
And he leads off the bottom of the 3rd. Well, George Lombard Jr. already has this building fallen in love with him. The homer yesterday, the defense yesterday, and then that incredible play to end the top of the 3rd. Now he leads off the bottom of the 3rd in a scoreless game, rubber game between the Yanks and the Cardinals. Did not go. 1-1. Tips that foul. 1-2.
Yeah, this isn't the ball off the end of the bat either. I mean, it's 105 miles an hour, and this is only possible because of his athleticism and the strength of his arm. Because a lot of people could knock that ball down, but still have no chance of throwing out a fast runner in Weatherholt.
That is such a great play. The 1-2. I mean, Paul, you pointed out right away, 105 off the bat. Wow. Two-two. And the count is full on Lombard. Had that homer and a walk yesterday in 3 plate appearances. Wells on deck. Three-two. Stays alive.
Another angle, and it's a great play. I don't care what angle you look at.
Love it with the dive and be able to have enough on it to throw him out. Incredible. Payoff. Rolled slowly to short. Weatherholt throws out Lombard. 1 down. It was interesting to see. We saw a little bit of the reaction of Aaron Boone after that final out, and see Lombard coming into the dugout, all kinds of high fives, big smile on Aaron Judge's face. Aaron Boone had a look of, a wry smile coming across his face. Yeah, he's like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. That's good for the next infielder too. I mean, I always.
Wells takes that the other way with some heat for a base hit.
Yeah, and you just hope that Wells has taken that step forward where he can be somewhat consistent the rest of the year. He's had a good week or so, and this again, aggressive, but seeing the ball away, hitting the ball away. Good swing.
Wells last 17 games, a .928 OPS. Grisham fouls that. The 0-2. Grisham did not go around. 1-2. Yankees with 2 hits thus far. Ali Ramos a double and the Nats single from Wells. The 1-2. Hung on to. And off the tip. 2 down.
Again, down and in, but outside the strike zone. That's where he's been successful at getting the swing and the misses from the left-handed hitters.
Here's Ben Rice. 2 for his last 28. Heading to count 1-0. cruising on into the stadium. A 1 hour and 8-minute rain delay tonight for the start of this one. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Had a couple of brief light outages as well early in this game. Pop breakers. Do you have to reconfigure your whole meal plan after a rain delay? Because you time things out nicely with.
Yeah, I mean, players have schedules. They sit and eat before the game now, where you didn't. You used to eat at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you wouldn't eat again until after the game if you had a rain delay or not. But things have changed. The diner in there, the private chef, and everything else that's there for the players.
Well, forget them. I mean, you up here. You usually,
I'll eat twice a day. I get a bad rap. I eat breakfast, I eat dinner. That's it.
So you're good.
Get my money's worth.
That's right.
When dinner gets here, I'll get my money's worth.
The 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Two and two.
It looks like Ben's just getting out on his front foot a little bit too quick, which causes things to happen just a little quicker. You're taking that ball because it looks inside, because your weight is starting to drift toward the pitcher a little bit too much.
Three and two on Rice.
Well, get Austin Wells a little head start there at first base.
3-2, 2 out, so Wells will indeed be off. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider. Fourth strikeout for Vellante. No score through 3 at the stadium. Well, you think a dazzling defense at short? You think of the Wizard, Ozzie Smith. The plays he would make, just incredible. And George Lombard Jr. showing off his leather already in his first 2 big league games, including the sensational play to end the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, the Wizard, Ozzie Smith, he was something defensively. That's back when middle infielders, you were known for your defense more than your offense. He became a much better hitter later in his career, but boy, he was acrobatic. He did everything at shortstop. And you needed that back then, because the AstroTurf, back then they called it AstroTurf, was so fast that you had to have a lot of quickness to get to the ball.
Here is Ivan Herrera batting second. It'll be he, Burleson, and Fermin for the Cardinals in the 4th. Popped up behind the plate and into the seats. 0-2. Warren's looked sharp thus far.
It really has, and he's continued to build on last start, where he's moved his changeup and his breaking ball in the mix. And it just, as good as your fastball is, and as deceptive as his is, he gets a lot of swing and misses. You still have to, keep something in the minds of hitters other than the fastball.
Chop to the right side. Chisholm. 1 down. By the way, just one more number on that. Play that Lombard made then the third. The hit expectancy, the expected batting average on that was .690. Because usually when you hit it 105 up the middle, it's a hit. Burleson wraps that into the corner. Jones digs it out, fires to second, not in time, and it's a one-out double from Alec Burleson.
Well, Burleson is hot. We talked about his 3 home runs, and if you watch, it's a breaking ball. This really isn't that bad of a pitch. Kind of coming in on him, he just pulls his hands in and smokes it down the right field line. Ball didn't come out quick enough. Spencer Jones not much of a chance right there. Pretty solid throw, but you know, you see the movement on that ball. Really, sometimes you just got to credit it's a, you know, it's a hot hitter with a good swing.
.108.6 off the bat. And this is the first runner in scoring position tonight for St. Louis, as Warren starts off for Mean with a strike. Yankees will finally have an off day tomorrow after this stretch of 19 straight.
I think that means we got an off day too.
That is correct.
A little busy.
Yeah.
Trade deadline and Lombard Jr. coming up.
Been a lot going on. .13 straight without an off day.
It's an odd road trip, though, if you think of it. Going to Chicago for 7 consecutive days. I mean, from a player standpoint, it's great. You know, you go, you don't have to travel again, but going to one ballpark for 4 days, you don't even leave your hotel, and you just get on a bus and go to the other ballpark for the last 3.
Very different. .3-1. Fly ball, right field. Jones comes in a few steps. Powers up a nice throw. 2 down.
Well, Spencer Jones has a solid arm, and these are the times where, you know, it's kind of 50-50, probably not going, but I might as well work on this, and he threw a bullet right there.
Here's Nathan Church. Church, the opening day left fielder, a good defender who has become the primary center fielder for the Cardinals. He's mostly struggled at the plate, but hit that game-winning homer in the 8th inning on Monday against the Yanks.
You got Jordan on deck, a righty, so you know, you try to make a good pitch here, but you just cannot give in and just groove one. First base open.
2-0. The curve there, 2-1. Two-one. Rolled to Chisholm. And that will end the inning. Warren works out of it. Still no score. Time for...
How about that?
Yeah, Mel, how about that? With Luis Garcia Jr., his mother taught him to cook at age 10. His specialty, rice, eggs, and beans. Incredibly particular about his hair and geometric beard lines, often flying out personal barbers, and grew up idolizing fellow Dominican infielder Robinson Cano, and modeled his swing and demeanor after him. Here's a little side-by-side swing, Paul.
Yeah, there is a lot there to be said. I mean, when you watch somebody and idolize them, now you try to be them. Robbie was a great hitter, don't get me wrong, but Garcia looks a lot like it.
Topped over the mound. Tough play, and Weatherall able to make it for the first out.
I was just noticing that. How about that? I've never heard your hair crisp.
Yeah,
just to look crisp.
Gotta have the hair looking crisp.
I mean, I describe my bacon that way, not my hair.
I haven't had the option in a long time.
You're just looking crisp.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm just, I don't mean to go there, but you know, I'm talking about bacon. You're talking about eggs. What are you talking about?
Garcia might have to fly his barber in soon. Hey, there's great Dominican barber shops here in New York, though. He won't have a problem.
Absolutely.
You know, we saw the side-by-side. I wonder what Robbie Cano's up to. Retired in 2022.
I don't know that I think he was trying to play. Was it last year or the year before? It was like in Mexico or something, I heard.
Yeah. I think you're right,
Pitch is called strike. The batter's challenging.
Oh, boy. Ramos challenging it. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Calls overturned. Pitches the ball.
Yankees have already been wrong once tonight. And so a 1-2 count becomes a 2-1 count. A 2-1. Line drive right at second. Prieto puts it away, 2 down.
Good. Again, a good solid at bat, good approach. Line it the other way. Just happened to be right at him.
Jones goes the other way, hits it hard. Jordan able to glove it. And a 1-2-3-4. As we go to the 5th, no score in the stadium. It is time for Name That Yankee. Ooh, a difficulty level of 7. Started his career with the Yanks. Spent 89 to 94 with the Cardinals. Finished up with the Twins. Pretty good pitcher.
110 wins.
3.92 ERA. You faced him, Paul.
To face this guy. Let me
rack the brain a little bit.
get the Rolodex going here.
Grounded hard and threw into right field, a base hit for Blaze Jordan. Just the 3rd hit of the game for the Cardinals. Yankees with just 2 hits thus far. Palante and Warren have both been very good. So 96 with the Padres, 97, 98 with the Twins.
Right, I have you here. I got it.
You got it, Jack?
Yeah, impressed with myself.
Chop to Chisholm, goes to second for 1, back to first, not in time. Torres reaches on the fielder's choice. I'm impressed with you too, Shaq, 'cause I don't got it yet.
Well, just not enough time here. Lombard's got to try to make up some time with that arm. Just too slow of a hit ball for Jazz to turn it.
Here's Jimmy Crooks. They got to keep putting it up there.
Yeah, they're trying to drive me crazy here. I got to figure. I got to lock in on one team.
Yeah. That's smoke to right field, a base hit. First and second, 1 out for the Cardinals. It's the first time they've had 2 base runners on in an inning today.
See, that little cut on that ball brings it out over the plate. So, you know, if you want to cut that ball in, fine. If you're going to throw that ball to hit the outside corner, you've got to start it off the plate and end it up in the middle. That's what happens.
Cesar Prieto up. And ball one. First time today that either team has had 2 runners on in an inning. Only 1 walk all game thus far, and that came on the first batter of the game, J.J. Weatherholt. That's in the dirt. Stopped nicely by Wells, 2-0.
This is Prieto's second year. He was a big deal over in Cuba. He had a 44-game hitting streak in the Cuban League, which is still a record. Came up this year at AAA, had a good year, hit over 300, 12 home runs. So they're expecting better things offensively from him.
Little meeting at the mound here between Wells and Warren. By the way, Paul, your career numbers against the name that Yankee guy?
Yeah.
323 against him with a homer and an 880 OPS and 33 plate appearances.
33 plate appearances.
Yeah, so you faced him often.
I got to get this.
Ryan, can I give you a hint?
Yeah, please.
He's also an author.
Author and author, all right.
That's as far as I'm going.
Okay. We got one more hint, Paul. He was traded for the guy who was our Name That Yankee on Sunday.
You know what's killing me? It was the hour rain delay. I'm in slow motion. Did this an hour ago. I probably
had it
right off the get-go.
Good pitch there from Warren, 2-1. And it's 3-1 now on Prieto with first and second, 1 out. 66 pitches for Warren thus far. Scoreless game in the 5th. We know this is the way so many of these recent games for the Yankees has been. And 3-2. Aaron Boone has talked about the way your offense protects your bullpen, and Yankees just have not had that happen over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you got 2 options. You've got a starting pitcher to go 7, which doesn't happen this day and age very much, or your offense throws up big numbers where you don't have to go to guys if you want to try to protect them.
No, Austin Wells is going to challenge.
Quick call the ball, catch the challenge.
Big call here, ABS powered by T-Mobile. And that is strike 3.
Well, I thought I got more plate than that, but you know, little's a lot. I see they're still talking. It's got to be an odd feeling.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Corey.
You know, it's funny because we used to yell at umpires and they'd scream back, "Don't you show me up!" Well, aren't you basically showing the guy up?
Oh yeah,
challenge him to getting it right.
As much as you can be shown up. I mean, that is as impactful an ABS challenge as you can have, right?
Strike 3, absolutely.
You go from bases loaded, 1 out,
yeah,
to first and second, 2 out. There's a strike, 94-mile-an-hour four-seamer. 0-1 on Weatherholt. The former number 7 overall pick out of West Virginia. A Mountaineer, just like our producer Troy Benjamin. The 1-1. Hit in the air to center. Grisham back, twisting, turning, watching. It went off the wall. Grisham plays it barehanded, but both runs are going to score. It's a 2-run double from J.J. Weatherholt, and the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead.
Boy, this ball was squared up. It almost looked like it was kind of knuckling because Grisham couldn't get a good read on it and went off the wall. I mean, this is a very tough play as a center fielder. Just absolutely hammered, but you see him to look one way, kind of go back the other. The ball kind of short hop center field. Not a lot of air under that ball. That was pretty much a line drive, 400 feet. Again, that backdoor breaking ball ends up in the middle of the plate. Weatherholt just hammers it to center field. To the backbreakers, though, when you get to 2 outs and you make some good pitches and then you give up a 2-run double.
It's just been so hard for the Yankees to score of late, with Monday being the one exception.
Yeah, you got to remember, though, you're always in the back of your mind now. You know how bad the St. Louis Cardinals bullpen has been recently.
Yeah.
So you know, you got to stay close, get to that bullpen, and give yourself a chance offensively to have a big inning or two.
And now 3-0 on Herrera with Burleson on deck, who has been the Cardinals' best hitter for a while. Three and one. And he's smoked into center. Grisham racing back again. Can't get to that one. And it will one up over the center field wall. An RBI ground rule double for Herrera. And it's a 3-0 Cardinals lead.
Yeah, you really can't fault Grisham. These are just line drives. You don't have a lot of time as an outfielder when it's hit that hard. A 400-foot line drive back to back. He challenges him with a fastball, and again, it kind of tails back to the middle of the plate, and he's just hammered to center field.
So 3 2-out runs for St. Louis. And it's now a 3-0 hole where the Yankees find themselves in.
Both pitchers just dealing up to this point, and you know, you get to 2 strikes or 2 outs, got an opportunity, and now you're back to back.
Let's take a look at the Spectrum exit velocity, and this was the other night. Burleson with 3 home runs, all of them out to right. Yankees figuring out how they navigate Burleson here with a runner on second, 2 out. 3 runs already in here in the 5th. One and one. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Burleson just fights off that changeup to stay alive. comes the 1-2. And the Durham with a curve, 2-2. This is the first inning of any real offensive action for either team. Yankees have 2 hits. A Ramos double to lead off the second. And a 1-out single from Wells in the third. Cardinals had just 2 hits before this fifth. Rolled slowly to Chisholm. And that will end the inning, but not before 3 2-out runs. Both line drives soaring over Grisham's head. Come out to Yankee Stadium next Tuesday, August 11th, when the Yankees take on the Mariners. It's K-Pop Demon Hunters Night, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a roomy Yankees bobblehead. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. So now the Yankees looking to bounce back after the 3 2-out runs from St. Louis. And it'll be Chisholm, McMahon, and Lombard. Chisholm 0 for 1 with a strikeout. No ball and no while you're standing. It feels like 7th inning stretch time.
That's it. That's a good point.
I'm going to stand with you. For 1-1. Jazz shows bunt, offers 1-2.
That's a good play right there. Really, really caught Jordan back. If he gets this ball down with Jazz's speed, you know, you're setting up with a leadoff hit. And right now, you know, you're down 3. You know, you lead off the inning. You're trying to set up, you know, a big inning instead of trying to swing for the fences.
High, 2-2. Three and 2. Yeah, big at bat. We're gonna get a base runner to lead off the bottom of the 5th here. Rubber game between the Yanks and the Cardinals. The 3-2. Grounded hard and foul.
Well, one thing Palante has done is, you know, he's thrown strikes to all parts of the plate. It just hasn't been, you know, down the middle or in. We've seen him use the ball away, the ball up, the ball down and into lefties. So without looking, when he releases the ball, Ryan, when he closes his eyes, he's done a pretty good job so far.
It's worked out for him. 3-2. Jazz stays alive. Little tip. Deck. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. The 3-2. Grounded on the backhand at second. Jump throw in time from Pieto, and Chisholm is retired.
Sometimes Jazz can get in trouble, you know, trying to pull the baseball. If you watch that pitch, I mean, that ball is away.
Yeah.
And he's going out around it to try to pull it. You know, Jazz can hit the ball the other way. I've seen it. And he also can use his legs by shooting it into the gap. So, you know, sometimes when you're struggling and you think you can get out of it by, you know, hitting a big home run, and then you just kind of compound things, trying to pull pitches outside.
The 0-1 to McMahon. Palante has yielded 11 batted balls, 7 of them on the ground. Paul told you in the scouting how of the 96 pitchers who've thrown more than 450 innings since his rookie year in 2022, Palante has the highest ground ball rate. 3-1 on McMahon with Lombard on deck. And there's ball 4. First walk issued by Palante. And a 1-out base runner in the 5th for the Yanks.
Yeah, the Yankees offensively obviously need to get something going and just, get themselves in a position like you feel like you're back into this game. So far, Palante has done a good job of not allowing, and that's what happens with sinker ball pitchers. Is, you put a lot of balls in play, but you got to string together a lot of hits because he keeps the ball in the ballpark too.
Lombard takes strike 1. Grounded out to short his first time up. In case you're just joining us, he made an absolutely incredible play in the field to end the top of the 3rd on a full body length dive up the middle on a rocket. The 0-1. Good sinker there from Palante.
Yeah, they're throwing him a lot of breaking balls. The home run he hit last night, a breaking ball, a lot of breaking balls first time up, and then the pitch before. So, your scouting report comes with you from AAA, and a lot of times, until they can, see you a few times, you go on that. And right now, they're throwing him a lot of breaking balls away, and then fastballs in off the plate.
The 0-2. Missed with a knuckle curve. There was another one of those breaking balls away that Paul's talking about. The 1-2. Lombard, it's a rocket into center field, a base hit. Second career hit for George Lombard Jr. and the Yankees have their first inning of the night with 2 base runners.
Wow, what a solid approach. I mean, take the balls in, take the breaking ball away. Now you get kind of a mediocre breaking ball and a slider and just line it up the middle. You take a picture of this. It doesn't get much better. It's inside the ball, hands above the ball, just right back up the middle.
Mom Judy loving that swing. Dad had to get back to the Tigers in Seattle.
He's on the bench somewhere else.
Just so wonderful seeing those reaction shots last night and hearing Justin talk with George Sr. and Judy.
9:45. It's just 6:45. Yeah, they're probably watching it on TV out in Seattle.
Yeah.
George, if you're watching, your son's doing great. How's that?
He sure is. Oh, they've started.
All right, he went in between innings.
Yeah.
Oh, it was an easy, earlier game today, travel day.
Yeah, and we started late with the rain delay here. Wells singled solidly to left his last time. Cues that right back to the mound. Palante to second for 1, back to first, a double play to end the inning. Yankees threaten, don't score. We go to the 6th, 3-0 Cards.
Let's take a look at the scores from around the league presented by Spectrum. See the Phillies with a rise. It was hitting in the 4-hole. Don Mattingly gave him a shot. A couple big hits. Tigers in Atlanta Braves. You don't like to see that. They're coming in town for the weekend.
Yeah. 7-game winning streak. You've done the reads very well this series.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think that might be added to your slate this weekend.
Get used to it, man. I'm going to put a seatbelt on you over there.
I'm going to text Michael and say, hey, if you want to, give some of that commercial load over to Paul.
Michael likes to talk. He talks on the radio. He talks here. He likes to talk.
Yeah, it's a lot. He might need a rest.
He's got a lot more words he can use than me. That's why he can talk more.
He does have a great vocabulary. The 1-2. 2-2 on Fermin. Top of the 6th inning. Cardinals 3, Yankees nothing. Ryan Rucco, Paul O'Neill, Justin Shackle with you, our entire Yes Network crew. We appreciate you hanging out with us here on Prime on a Wednesday evening, rain-delayed game. High fly ball. Routine left. Ramos through the raindrops. 1 down.
Again, you're in the 6th here, and if you're Aaron Boone, you've got the bullpen up, but you're hoping Warren can give you another inning. You got a day off tomorrow that could kind of reboot that whole bullpen. You get a good start from him. Now you just got to mix in some offense, right?
Yeah. Had a little of it on Monday. Yesterday, just the 2 solo homers, Jazz and Lombard, and so far tonight, just 3 hits for the Yanks. A double from Ramos, his first hit as a Yankee. Austin Wells, a line single to left, and then Lombard, the rocket up the middle. Boston has won again. I mean, they are 31-5 in their last 36 games.
Yeah, this isn't a hot streak. They're just a better team than a lot of people thought. And you know, I was watching them the other night. They're playing like I've never seen a Boston team play. They're playing baseball. They steal bases. They bunt. They move guys over. And I just don't think that a lot of teams are ready for that type of baseball anymore. Tampa Bay does the same thing. I mean, they put so much pressure on the defense. It's just not take your glove out to the field and either watch a guy strike out or hit a home run. I mean, you've got to play defense against those guys.
That is an incredible run. 31-5.
Yeah, that's not a hot streak. That's basically you get to the point where that's who you are.
That's smacked to right field and deep. Hard off the wall. Jones will zip it in, and it's going to be a loud, long single for Nathan Church.
Yeah, this ball was smoked again. It's the breaking ball that you can see his reaction right when he let it go. It's just hitting the middle of the plate. And Spencer Jones gets a good carom here, but you know, that ball right there, lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
And that is going to do it for Warren. Started strong, ran into some trouble late. It's time for a call to the bullpen, brought to you by Taco Bell. Castro coming in, trying to make sure it stays a 3-0 game. Well, the ultimate goal of an MLB fan, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes, presented by T-Mobile, is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. Go to MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps.
You knocked a lot of them off your list, though, but you haven't been to all of them, right, Ryan? You haven't been to all the ballparks, right?
Not all of them.
I mean, I have not been to the new Milwaukee.
Yep. Same.
Sacramento, that doesn't count, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone should count that. That's going to be a forgotten dream.
I think that's it for me.
Yeah. I have to think about which ones
you know what? I haven't been to New Philadelphia or Pittsburgh either.
You haven't been to the New Philly?
Wow.
And Pittsburgh is unbelievable.
Don't, you know, whisper these things. Gerald, our boss will have me going there next year.
You know what? I'm sending him an email right now. Paul wants to see the view of the yellow bridges out there. It really is a beautiful park, though. I got all the NBA arenas down.
Yeah?
Yeah. And my last one was the Clippers' new building this past year, which I got. That's a unique place.
Nothing like the Garden, though, Brian.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Well, you know what? You're going to see some West Coast parks soon, aren't you?
Coming up, yeah.
San Diego and Anaheim. The 1-2 is fouled down the right field line.
should be kind of the height of the playoff run, though. Early September, that's when these games get extremely important. From now on, now you've got kind of all your ducks in a row. This is what we're going with. This is what we're going to do. You saw Aaron Judge on the field earlier, so that's the big thing, is try to get him back. But your pitching looks good. Your bullpen's going to get stronger when you get Rodon back. Somebody's going to go to the bullpen, and all of a sudden you got some new bats in the lineup. So you became a different team by adding a few things.
The 2-2. Boy, this is a pesky at bat right now from Blaze Jordan. Already has a single and a run scored tonight. Ninth pitch of the at bat upcoming. And there will be a 10th.
You see Jordan not coming off the ball. We're actually trying to push the ball the other way. Man on first base, there's a big hole over there. Yankee Stadium, I always thought, it really helps right-handed hitters too, because you have the ability to hit the ball the other way and get it out.
Swing and a miss. Got him with a high heater. 2 down.
Good job there. It looked like he was in swing mode. Go ahead and elevate a fastball. Get it out of the strike zone. You see him still trying to get through it, go the other way. Watch that hand kind of pull into his body, which to me tells me he's trying to hit the ball the other way. And, that's a very tough pitch to handle up in the strike zone.
There's Torres. Foul.
Wow. Every once in a while you see a swing from a major league. It's like, whoa, what happened right there? You just lost concentration or something happened, because that wasn't your best hack right there.
0-1 on Torres. One and one. One and two. Pitch from Castro. High and away. It's 2-2.
Castro came in the other night and really kind of settled things down and gave the Yankees an opportunity to come back. And so far he's done that to this point tonight.
The 2-2. He's a loud grunter on that mound too. Every delivery is an audible one. And ball 4 delivered from Castro. It's the second walk of the game for Cardinals hitters. The first was the first batter of the game, J.J. Weatherholt. And a trip to the mound with Matt Plate.
You look at Weatherholt and you see from rumors of some organizations, they're starting to look at some of these guys that are good solid hitters, good solid baseball players with a smaller strike zone.
Yeah.
And Weatherholt kind of one of those guys, packed from Chicago, one of those guys, new phenom McGonigal from Detroit, smaller guys that can really control a smaller strike zone.
Here's Jimmy Crooks. One and 0. on Crooks. Trying to keep it here at 3-0. That ball's turned on, hit in the air to right and deep. Jones back, has room, and makes the basket catch.
That really fooled him. He ended up just stabbing at it. A big break for the Yankees for this to come down in his glove. Now they've got an opportunity with this catch to try to make a comeback.
We'll stream live Yankees games on Yes with the Gotham Sports app. You can purchase a subscription directly from the Amazon Channel store. Download the app at gothamsports.tv and stream for free with an eligible TV subscription.
It's an emphatic free right there, huh?
Put my body into it. You saw that.
Danny?
Oh, stay in there, Danny.
I used to like Danny for tonight.
Oh, man. It is
now
starting to
fearing.
Yeah, it's coming down with some velocity now. We had an hour and 8-minute rain delay at the start. It's basically held off since. Fans starting to retreat a bit. Yeah. The poncho really is a great invention.
It's just, you know, an extra long roll of saran wrap with a hole in it, right?
Yeah. You know, people scorn the poncho. They judge the poncho, but the poncho is going to keep you dry. That's another way to do it. I don't think they could see the game there anyway. You might as well go back. Grisham 2-2. Oh yeah, see, that's what they teach you on the airplane. Secure yours, then help others.
Very nice. The oxygen mask starts coming down. I'm out of here, all right?
I mean, it's kind of entertaining watching people try and operate these ponchos. Huddle under tiny umbrellas. Yeah. Grisham tops that to first. One down. Oh yeah, they got a section all to themselves now. That guy forgot to poke his head through it. All right, looks like it's starting to lighten up a little bit compared to the way it was coming down a couple minutes ago. Rice fouls it down the left field line. Nice catch there.
A grab.
Two 1. 3-1. You know, Smythe was on that early. He said no swing. I like to go to him, our outstanding researcher, before I even go to the umpire.
Why? We don't need the umpire.
Yeah, we don't. We got Smythe. The 3-1. And that is ball 4. Ben Rice, a one-out base runner here in the 6th.
Pitch is called the ball to check the challenger.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Ooh.
Ball's overturned. The pitch is a strike.
And the count is full.
Now this has got to be really tough on the hitter. I was just thinking, so you just saw ball 4, what you thought was ball 4, and you lay your bat down, and it's kind of like you check out of the at bat. Now you've got to pick that bat up, put your gloves back on, and try to lock in again, because it's very hard to do that.
Brule is warming. The 3-2. Well, there is ball 4. Here's Luis Garcia Jr. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Had that incredibly dramatic homer in the 7th inning of his debut, where he put the Yankees on top after they've been down 6-0 before the Yanks allowed 7 runs in the 8th and fell 13-7. That's bounced up there. Rice played the second. Throw down, way offline into center field. A terrible decision from Herrera, and Rice is into third.
You know, sometimes even at the major league level, you just see things that should not happen. You've got no chance of throwing anybody out, but just heave it into center field, you get the Yankees an opportunity to really just pick up a run easily here by putting the ball in play.
Perfectly stated, Paul. I mean, that one makes no sense. And so can the Yankees now get on the board with Rice at third and just 1 out? 1-1 count on Garcia. Big swing and a miss there. 1-2. Wild pitch, E2, the official scoring on that. And Palante will step off. 95 pitches for Palante.
But Brule up in the bullpen, you got to think that he is going to try to get through Castro as well, or Ramos as well. I'm sorry.
Right, you do not think you bring in the lefty Brule to face the righty Ramos. Ramos' splits tilt heavy against left-handers. Here's the 2-2. And the count is full on Garcia.
If you look back at the big pitches, the full counts, Palante has not thrown a lot of fastballs. He's thrown that curveball down and into lefties or something away.
The payoff went to the fastball that time.
That's why I just struck out. See that? It's easier to be in the booth.
No, because you always look fastball and adjust.
No, I look different up here now.
A 3-2. Garcia just got a piece of that slider.
Yeah, he really has the ability to kind of open up with his bottom half, but able to keep his shoulders and his hands back where he can still get to that ball away. That ball was, a slider back door. That ball was going actually backing up away.
Another 3-2 is coming to Garcia, and he tips it to stay alive. And we talked about this on Monday. Garcia actually has a fairly high chase rate, but he has a well below average strikeout rate. To your point, Paul, he can get his hands to almost anything. Herrera took a shot there and is taking a moment.
Ouch.
Oh, man, just under the guard there on the knee. Rice leads off third, one out, bottom of the sixth. Cards 3, Yanks nothing. Another 3-2 to Garcia. And he spoils another. Tenth pitch of the at-bat upcoming to Garcia. Palante now at 101 pitches. Another 3-2. And there will be yet another.
Yeah, that's the ability. He's got an extremely quick bat. So even if he's beat inside, he's able to get to it and at least foul it off.
But they've had a righty now get up. Soriano joins Brule. Pitch count rising for Palante. 3-2. High ball 4. A tremendous at bat from Garcia in 11-pitch walk.
Yeah, that might have made the decision now to get the right-hander in for Ramos. You know, sometimes when you're on deck, you're like, hurry up, get something done. They don't have anybody up in the bullpen, and then you have the long at bat. You give somebody enough time.
And you talked about it, Paul, as you see the resume on Ramos, who was an all-star back in 2024 and a former first-round pick by the Giants. You know, the Cardinals' plan initially clearly was to keep Palante in this game through Ramos, but then that at-bat was so long from Garcia that
in enough time.
Yeah, they had to get the righty up. And gave him enough time to warm up, so Soriano will come in. Ramos coming up. Well, there's now time for Discipline That Delivers, brought to you by Vanguard. Here's Ramos as a Giant. Talked about the challenges of that ballpark. Said he knew if he could ball out there, it would make quite the impression.
Well, line to line, that's hard to pitch to. And again, with Yankee Stadium being short to right center, he has the ability to get there. So Soriano, great changeup. We saw it the other night. He also has a home run ball that Garcia liked too.
First and third, one out. Rice walked. Advanced to second on the wild pitch, third on the E2. Then an 11-pitch walk from Garcia. Palante's day is done. And it's 1-1 on Ramos. George Soriano, the cousin of Alfonso. He surrendered the homer to Garcia on Monday. Ooh, man. Ramos gets drilled with 97. Gives a little look out. And the bases are now loaded.
No, it was a breaking a ball away, everything away, and then try to run a two-seamer in on him to get off the plate, and he ran it in a little bit too far. A two-seamer, no way to get out of the way. And it sounded like it hit a lot of meat, and it did, right at the top of the arm. If you're going to get hit, Ryan, that's not a bad spot. Better in the elbow or the hand. Ouch. Still hurts.
All right, here's the Yankees' opportunity. Bases loaded, one out. Spencer Jones up. Yanks down 3-0. And Jones going for it all. Swings over the change, 0-1. Rice at third, Garcia at second, Ramos at first. And it's 0-2 on Jones, another changeup.
Yeah, if you come off of that changeup at all as a lefty, you're going to swing right through it. It's almost like I got to play up the middle. Your bat head will get out there anyway. It's an extremely good changeup.
The 0-2. Another changeup. That one was down and away. Soriano has been much better against lefties than righties this season because of that changeup. The 1-2. 2-2. A 522 OPS for lefties and 830 for righties against Soriano.
It was almost I get, just show you the fastball so he could get back to that changeup up in the strike zone, and now the changeup probably coming down and away.
And it did, but too low, and the count is now full. A walk, a hit by pitch. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the count full on Jones. Yankees trying to break through. Here in the bottom of the 6th. The 3-2. Tap foul.
I went with a slider. I'm thinking fastball in, changeup away, slider. Really good pitch to hit, though. I mean, he was lucky to get this. A lot of times, pitchers, when they throw that get-me-over breaking ball, it ends up like that, just kind of spinning over the middle of the plate.
The 3-2. Ball 4.
Jones
works the walk, and the Yankees are on the board. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and it's a
Ball's
strike.
overturned, pitches strike. It has 2 remaining.
Talk about a big challenge, and I didn't see that as a strike, but it doesn't lie. And if you look at the pitch by pitch, he gets ahead early, a really good changeup, and he comes back to it. Then he goes to the well a little bit too many times. Now Spencer Jones seeing the ball a little bit. That show me fastball, the 5th changeup, a slider, and then back to a changeup, which looked like a ball, but an unbelievable challenge. Kind of changed this inning.
Jazz swings through a fastball 0-1. A huge challenge there, a successful one, so now bases loaded, 2 out. Chisholm with 5 career grand slams, all with Miami. The Yankees would love just a single right here. The 1-1. Chases the change, 1-2.
It's almost a screwball. You see that hand just go across the ball, and you get all kinds of movement down and away. It takes off a lot of velocity.
The 1-2. Jazz able to hold up on that change. It's 2-2. Rice at third. Garcia at second. Ramos at first. Saw McMahon on deck. Yankees trailing 3-0, bottom of the 6th. Here's the 2-2. And the count is full on Jazz. The merry-go-round will start.
Well, 3-2 Spencer Jones. He threw a slider. I don't know. Bases loaded.
3-2, 2 outs. Everybody will be off on the pitch. Here it is. Inside, ball 4, and the Yankees are on the board.
Pitch called the ball, catches challenges.
Well, you might as well. You got it last time. This is a big part of the game. Well, it's a ball.
Ball is the first game, we'll catch 1 remaining.
ABS powered by T-Mobile, and that is a ball. The Yankees on the board. It is a 3-1 game. Good bounce back from Jazz in that at bat. You have 3 walks and a hit batter this inning for the Yankees. No hits yet. Here's McMahon in a 3-1 game. Ball 1.
You see Soriano, he is not going to give in and just go at you hard. He's been that slider and changeup, especially the lefties.
The 1-0. Fouled away, 1-1.
It's not like he has to be embarrassed of that fastball. That was 98.
Lombard on deck. The 1-1. Oh, good swing there from McMahon, 1-2.
Yeah, almost caught up to that one. He's been so much quicker. It looks like his hands are up a little higher where he's not wrapping his bat, and it's really short to the ball now. That was his pitch to hit, because now you're going to see a few changeups.
Here comes the 1-2. Tipped into the glove, and McMahon is down on strikes. So the Yankees push one across on a walk, but nothing more. Yes, McMahon fans with the bases loaded. Well, the Yankees return to Prime on Wednesday, August 19th to take on the Orioles. Don't miss a minute of the Yankees, beginning at 6 o'clock only on Prime. So the Yankees unable to fully cash in on a golden opportunity there in the 6th. End up with 1 run on the Chisholm RBI walk. Now to the 7th we go. Kervin Castro still out there. He'll strike 1. Cardinals 3, Yankees 1. Ryan Rucco, Paul O'Neill, Justin Shackle, our entire Prime crew. Appreciate you hanging out with us. A long night at the stadium, an hour and 8-minute rain delay. A couple of weird light outages early.
Well, it doesn't take long, Ron. I just look down in the aisle, and you see a lot of 99s walking by. Look down in the aisle. You got a 96 walking around. You gotta love.
Wow.
It already.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey. Oh.
Now behind the Yankee dugout. Smoked. One out to Lombard. Quick hands. One away. Another smooth play from the Yankee shortstop.
Well, the positioning was excellent, and if he's got an opportunity, he's going to catch the ball. It doesn't take long to figure out. You never know how somebody's going to hit in the major leagues, but there's some things you can tell. You can tell, he can feel.
And that's going to do it for Castro. His night is done. Another job well done by him. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Top of the 7th inning. Tim Hill into the game, allowed 2 runs on Monday. Good job by Kervin Castro.
Yeah, a couple times he's come in and really kept the Yankees in the game, and that's such a big thing when you get to the early part of the bullpen, that you keep the game close, give the offense an opportunity to throw some runs up. Now you're in the bullpen, which has been a struggle for the Cardinals.
2-0 on Weatherholt as De Los Santos and Blackburn warm for the Yanks. Yankees have had to use that bullpen so frequently of late. So you'd imagine there are certainly guys Aaron Boone would like to stay away from tonight. Off day tomorrow, which will help reset. 2-2. Cruz has worked the last 2 games, 3 of the last 4, so you'd think certainly Aaron Boone will want to stay away from him. Hedrick has worked 3 of the last 4. Bednar, a 4-out save last night. Take a look at the bullpen budget. Blackburn at back-to-back days off. He's up in the Yankee pen right now.
You see those Bednar numbers, 23 and 23. That's the, you know, the 3 out, 4 outs, 5 out saves. I mean, you accumulate a lot of pitches.
That was a cool little focus cam look from the first base side right there. Served into left. Ramos started in, breaks back, makes the catch for the second out. There's a strike on Herrera.
Wow, I'm just looking back at that last inning. How big a call that challenge was.
Yeah.
That strike 3 with bases loaded.
On Spencer Jones with 1 out. Would have been a run. Instead was the second out. And it's funny, Paul, because that was one that on first look, it did not look like a strike.
It was not framed well. It's probably why he didn't get the call. And then the one to Jazz, it didn't even look close. It was closer than I thought.
Yo, 2. Lombard has already made a couple really impressive plays tonight. One spectacular play. Has a hit as well. Lombard will lead off the 7th for the Yanks. It'll be Lombard, Wells, and Grisham. Two. Flicked into shallow right. Chisholm out. Inning over. Job well done by Tim Hill. Keeps it 3-1, and we stay right here in between the top and bottom of the 7th for God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise? Remove your caps and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Specialist Giovanni DeMarco from Pompton Plains, New Jersey, who served in the Korean War. The Yankees say thank you, Giovanni, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Throw the light with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Well, it is now time for the 7th inning recap, brought to you by Car Shield. 3-7 and 2 for the Cardinals, 1-3-0 for the Yanks. 3 runs for the Cardinals, all with 2 outs in the 5th. Off of Will Warren, who had been good up until that point. George Lombard Jr., his second game, has 1 of the Yankees' 3 hits so far tonight. And up here against Soriano, leading off the bottom of the 7th. And takes a strike. You'll see that 96 jersey being held up behind the plate.
There's 2 of them in the stadium tonight. Didn't take long.
And they got him quick. The 0-1. The real question is, will he keep that number?
That's up there. Although number 99 is pretty cool now.
Yeah. And maybe there's something poetic about 96 being the birth of your dynasty.
Hanging up there.
Wow. They have 96 in the team store already.
96 right next to number 2.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Look at all those number 2s. A lot of 99s. And now 96s. The 1-1 in there with a sweeper, 1-2. The 1-2. Lombard down on strikes, 1 away. Struck out there, but wow, Lombard's been impressive tonight in the field.
Yeah, you can put a star on a lot of these. That was last night. I think that was his first major league play. It was a great double play. Another one, and this was outrageous right here.
Yeah.
Stay bold. Arm strength gets him out. Nice little pick.
Made some really standout plays over the last 2 nights here at the stadium. Rule going to come on with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th. Well, it is time to answer Name That Yankee. We'll show you the card one more time. Paul had great numbers against him, and it is, wow, Bob Tewksbury.
Yeah, Tooksy, he ended up throwing like an eephus pitch. I remember facing him in St. Louis where he'd throw this big looping curveball for strike 1. But you talk about a guy that did not break the radar gun. That was him. But boy, he knew how to pitch, knew how to get guys out. So you look at his career, he won over 100 games.
Bob Tewksbury traded to the Yanks on July 13, 1987. Was an all-star with the Cardinals back in 1992. And his career walk percentage is the lowest in the majors since 1920. Paul Goldschmidt will pinch it here for Austin Wells with Brule in. You know, Goldschmidt against lefties this year has pummeled them. Goldschmidt hitting in the 9 spot right here for Wells. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 304 average and 980 OPS against lefties this year for Goldschmidt.
Yeah, this is a role that he's really going to have to get used to, and it's late in the game. You know, you bring lefties out of the bullpen. If he's not in the starting lineup, you're going to see a lot of these pinch hits for Goldschmidt.
Two and two on Goldschmidt. Grounded foul, wide of third. Crowd of 37,425 tonight. Many of them still hanging on into these late innings. And yeah, Brule might have gotten hurt, yeah.
Brule looked like he slipped almost and then kind of twisted possibly that knee. that clay sometimes. The batter's box and the pitcher's mound are just different dirt. There's like a clay under it, and when they get wet, they get kind of shiny and can slip. You see that front foot go.
Do a little work on the mound right now. These guys do such an amazing job.
Some of those utensils you wouldn't see anywhere else other than the batter's box.
Yeah.
And one thing's just scraping, the other ones are breaking. Everybody's got their role, huh?
Wow. I mean, this is a full pit stop.
I mean, you could landscape a yard in 20 minutes with this thing.
This is amazing. This is, by the way, this isn't like in fast forward. This is how fast these guys are moving.
Benny Hill show where everything was in fast motion.
Yeah.
This is regular. We're not doing anything in the truck.
This is unbelievable. Got hammers out, nails. Wow.
Somebody's got to find home plate. There's no home plate down there.
Well, that was one of the more impressive moments of grounds keeping I've ever seen.
Yeah, they came out there for business.
Yeah.
There's no looking around. Boy, they came sprinting out and got right to work.
Danny Cunningham and his crew, they have been at it for a long time. Has not fared well as a pinch hitter this season. To your point, Paul, about having to get used to the role. 0 for 10 this season. The 2-2. Grounded hard and fair inside third and down the left field line. Goldschmidt giving it a look. He's going for 2, and he is there with a one-out double.
Well, you put the announcer jinx on him. Over 10, yeah, well, 1 for 11, and that new role starts off with a double.
So Goldschmidt in scoring position.
Just kind of hooked down the line. No way to defend that. That ball had a ton of spin on it. Goldschmidt kind of get around it and just put that like hook spin on it down the line. Comes up big for the Yankees.
Grisham homered off Brule on Monday. He represents the tying run here in the 7th. Pokes that right to third. Easy for Jordan. 2 down. Stanek and his gold blocks ready to go. But first it's Brule against Rice. Rice looking to break out. Ball 1. Yankees 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position so far tonight. The 1-0. 1-1. A lot of lefties in a row in this Yankee lineup, and so a clear lane for Brule, who has been the lone lefty in the Cardinals' pen. They did recall Ferguson yesterday, who we saw.
Yeah, this looked pretty close. A good take. Glad that was not challenged.
From 1-2 to 2-1, can Rice cash in? The pitch. Rolled weakly, foul. It's 2-2.
Again, able to throw that two-seamer in on his hands, and it just continues to come in. Really nothing you can do at that point other than just kind of open up and foul it off.
A 2-2 to Rice. Missed, and the count is full on Rice with Garcia on deck. It would be Ramos after him. Goldschmidt leads off second. Yankees trailing 3-1, bottom of the seventh. The 3-2. That's ball four. Second walk of the night for Rice. And now here comes Garcia.
Things stay the same. It's breaking balls away and two-seamers in. Nothing really over the middle of the plate to Rice.
See the big difference in the numbers for Garcia against righties or lefties. 606 OPS against lefties, well over 900 against righties. Faces the lefty here and takes strike one. The 0-1. Hit hard right at second. Prieto will throw out Garcia. The Yankees 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight as we go to the 8th. Well, here's a look at the Yankees' upcoming schedule brought to you by Booking.com. A welcome off day tomorrow. Then 3 against the Braves, who've been hot. Monday off. The Yankees will welcome in Seattle for 3. And then head to Toronto. Paul Goldschmidt takes over at first base. And Ali Sanchez catching. So Garcia out of the game as that's grounded at Chisholm. He's had a lot of chances tonight. Throws a lollipop to first. One down. Tim Hill's done a nice job, and that'll be all he'll do. Another call to the bullpen as Aaron Boone saunters out. Paul Blackburn will jog in to face Fermin. Job well done by Hill in a 3-1 game in the 8th. Late innings on a late night at Yankee Stadium on Prime. In case you missed it, the captain is lurking. Aaron Judge cleared for light activities as the scans on his ribs, which he got yesterday, showed enough improvement in the healing for him to start up his program, and been on the IL since June 5th. He hasn't been able to do really anything when it comes to movement in the upper body, so he's really starting from scratch, but a positive step, an important step according to Aaron Boone when it comes to just building back up.
It's so frustrating that you know, you can't work towards when you want to get it. That's 2 months. You know how long 2 months is, sitting around not able to do what you want to do?
And Judge did say he's going to return this season. when he met with Justin and the media earlier today. There's no timetable on when. This is going to be a lengthy process, and also determined by how he feels, because with each movement, there's obviously some doubt or vulnerability to feeling pain or having to go sideways or backwards. You don't know until you start doing these things. And Justin, you were on the field talking to Aaron before the game.
Yeah, he spoke to the media for about 5 minutes, Rye, after doing that light running, some upper body exercises, very light work for sure. The two big takeaways, he said, I will be back this season, and that he'll need another image of his rib before he gets the green light to begin hitting. Obviously, that is the most strenuous movement, so they'll need to make sure that there's a vast improvement with another image for the rib.
All right, that's interesting information. Thank you, Shaq. So it's a positive step today, but there's still a long road to go.
But it's a step forward.
Yep.
That's the big thing. It's not like, oh, we really have, as is, we'll just re-image it in another week. So you are in a process. You have taken a step, and that's the big thing today.
2 out, nobody on, and Blackburn tilts that one high. Coming up on 11 p.m. here at the stadium, in case you're joining us and wondering, well, I thought there was a pitch clock. How is this game still going on? Well, there was a 1 hour and 8 minute rain delay at the start. We also had a couple of light delays. I think we got an Aaron Judge jam right now.
That it? You must be watching the broadcast.
Yeah.
Running on the field.
Scooped right to Lombard. That will end the top of the 8th. Good work from Blackburn. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Yankees. Coming up in the bottom of the 8th, trailing 3-1. Well, here we go. Bottom of the 8th. Cardinals 3, Yankees 1. Ramos coming up as a double and has been hit by a pitch tonight. Spencer Jones, Jazz Chisholm next. And Weatherholt has moved to second. Wynn is now at short. Ryan Stanek on. And he deals a strike.
Stanek's been pretty good over his career overall, but you look at his numbers against the Yankees, has not been good lifetime. And the other night, a couple of home runs he gave up in his only appearance in this series.
That is pushed down the right field line and just foul. Yeah, 6.15 ERA in his career against the Yankees in 33 games for Stanek.
Again, Ramos is going to stay with that philosophy to use right field.
Yeah.
If you hang a breaking ball, he'll pull it anyway. But it just looks like his approach is not going to give in and pull off the baseball.
It was McMahon and Caballero who took Stanek deep the other night. The 0-2. Inside, 1-2. Just feels like there may still be a twist or turn left in this one tonight.
You're feeling it, huh?
A little bit. And there's no harm in throwing it out there.
No, absolutely not. People on the edge of their seats.
That's right.
You're right.
Ramos fouls that off. Ramos trying to get on here. And the count is full after being behind 0-2. See the numbers against righties and lefties for Ramos. Still respectable against righties. The 3-2. Ramos could have challenged right away.
Quick smoke strike. That is
Powered by T-Mobile.
Well, got the plate. I just don't know if it was low, and he thought it was.
Oh, wow.
Call's confirmed. New York is out of challenges.
Well, there's been a couple close pitches, and there another one. That ball would look like it got a lot of play, but right at the bottom of the strike zone.
And we've learned Ramos is aggressive with his challenges. He was right about one earlier. Was wrong yesterday and wrong on that one, so he's 1 for 3 as a Yankee. The Yankees are now out of ABS challenges.
Now, you're a golfer. If you look at Spencer Jones, he's got the overlapping grip on the bat, which is really strange to me because it really lets a top hand take over.
You're so right, Paul. He does. He's got that golf grip.
Yeah. The overlap grip. The 10-finger grip is a usual baseball, but he's got that pinky over the index.
Yeah. Trying to pull out the driver right here.
Yeah.
One and two on Jones. You talk about pivotal ABS challenges tonight. Jones had the most pivotal one. In the 6th, bases loaded, 1 out, 3-2 pitch, initially called a ball and overturned to a strike. What a cool look inside from the drone there. Jones rips it right to second. 2 down.
Well, the Yankees have hit some balls hard, and in a close game, you have 3-1 here. A couple of those go through, you got a different ball game. But you go back to the bases loaded inning. That seems to be the big inning right there, where they could have done some damage. Only came up with 1 run.
Here's Jazz. One 1-0 on Jazz. Cardinals have lost their last 6 series. 2-0 on Chisholm. McMahon is on deck. McMahon homered off Stanek on Monday. You have a very vibrant contingent of fans in the bleachers in left field, keeping it going deep into this Bronx night. 3-0 on Jazz. The 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. And ball 4 to Chisholm. His 2nd straight walk. And the tying run comes to the plate in the form of the man who homered off Stanek on Monday.
Yeah, Stanek likes his fastball, and all of a sudden McMahon caught up to 1 down and in him with one of the quicker swings you've seen all year from him. The bomb into the bullpen.
3-1 game, bottom 8. Jazz at first, 2 out. And ball 1 to McMahon. A 1-0. It's 2-0 on McMahon. Lombard is on deck. By the way, Herrera just 1 for 31 throwing out runners this season.
Yeah, this time of the game, I mean, you just really can't take a chance. You got to hope that somebody gets a hold of one. Anyway, you might trip and fall. Who knows? So, you just cannot take that chance.
3-0 on McMahon. See if he has the green light here with Lombard on deck. Stanek has lost the zone on Chisholm and McMahon. Yankees trailing by 2, 1 on, 2 out, bottom 8. The 3-0. Way outside, ball 4, and a little drama here. To the mound as George Lombard Jr. steps to the plate.
Well, Lombard has had good at-bats. I mean, this obviously is a huge at-bat right here for the Yankees, but he stayed inside the last time up, line a ball up the middle. Home run last night on a hanging breaking ball, so he can cover the outside pitch. They got him on a strikeout earlier in the game in off the plate.
Dusty Blake makes the walk back to the Cardinals dugout. What a spot for Lombard. The homer yesterday. An incredible play in the field in the 3rd inning tonight. Some other standout plays. A hard-hit single up the middle. And now bats with 1st and 2nd, 2 out. Caballero will pinch run for McMahon.
Well, Caballero can score on a gap, so you get the speed. What you can do if you're Aaron Boone is take every chance right here to try to tie this game up.
Another chance to further endear himself to the already adoring fans. Lombard up, has the go-ahead run. The tying runs are on. And there's strike 1. Saw his mom, Judy, who we got to hear from last night, along with his father, George, both so impressive in that interview with Justin. The 0-1. Awkward swing on an inside 4-seamer. It's 0-2.
Yeah, it's kind of been the way they've been going at him. Break the balls away and then run that fastball in under his hands.
Lombard will use his timeout here. He homered on an 0-2 pitch last night. Yankees 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. Here's the 0-2. He got him. 100 miles an hour and blew it by Lombard for the final out of the 8th. So the Yankees threaten with a rookie. Can't catch up to the veteran eater. And we go to the 9th, 3-1 game. Well, Ryan Stanek wins the battle with George Lombard Jr. With 2 on and 2 out. Jose Caballero takes over at 3rd. The 35-year-old fanning the 21-year-old. And now Blackburn trying to keep it right here at 3-1. Yankee bullpen has done a great job again.
Yeah, it was the 1 inning. You look up a lot of zeros. Only the 5th inning they threw up the 3 spot. The Yankees offense just not able to get going.
Those 3 runs, all with 2 outs, 2 balls that were smoked to center field over the head of Grisham. 1 by Weatherholt and 1 by Herrera. Yankees have had their chances tonight, but they are 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
If you don't hit home runs, you got to hit with runners in scoring position, and that 0 for 9 pretty much tells the story.
Off the end of the bat, into left. Got out in front, but caught enough of it, and Jordan is on yet again. His 2nd hit of the night.
Well, you go back to the big at-bat from George Lombard. Stanek, who has struggled. They pitched him this way the whole series. Breaking balls early in the count, and then fastballs in, and then he just rears back and throws as hard as he can and gets it.
I'd say he was excited.
Yeah, I think he remembers some of the past here against the Yankees.
Yeah. Including the recent past. They have 2 homers on Monday. Here's Torres. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, the Yankees will have Goldschmidt hitting in that 9th spot after he had a pinch hit double in the 7th. Grisham and Rice. You want to keep it right here and give yourself a shot. Just had a Jalen Brunson chant from the fans out left field. You know, we got a tarps off crew out there in left. That's a trend this year where a bunch of fans go to the game, take their shirts off, tarps off. One and 2. They've had the same vibrancy we heard from the Scotland fans when they were here at Yankee Stadium.
You know what? It was amazing when some of the World Cup people would have days off over in the Jersey and come to a game. I don't even know that at that point they know they were cheering. They were just cheering. They didn't even know what was going on.
That might also be the case for the fellas out there.
Yeah, you got a point.
They've been here a while. Oh, they're recruiting others. See people walking up the bleachers, taking off their shirts. They didn't all come together. They've grown. Strike 3. Got him on a change.
It's called a strike. The batter's going.
And that is an
Call
unsuccessful
confirmed. St. Louis
challenge.
is out of challenges.
Wow.
You know, we've seen a couple challenges tonight. It's just like you can't even look at the challenge thing and tell if it's a strike or a ball.
Man. I mean, it just a teeny sliver of the ball.
One seam.
Yeah. Oh, and 2. Blackburn had 0-2 on Crooks. Jordan leads off first. Fly ball, left field. Ramos racing back. Ramos can't make the catch. Carroll's out to Grisham. He'll get it in. And it's a double for Crooks. Second and third, one out.
Yeah, Ramos plays very shallow in left field. And this ball, I mean, he turned the right way, everything. Just was not able to run it down. Ball hit pretty hard, but you see he's pretty shallow where, you know, anything over his head he's going to have trouble getting to. Again, not really familiar with the Yankee Stadium at this point.
Here's Wynn, chops it to the left side. Caballero looks at third, throws to first for the out.
Oh, that's a big out for Blackburn. Now you got an opportunity. Now it's on your shoulders to make a good pitch, get out of this inning, and then you almost like create some momentum for the offense. You know, we got out of a big jam. Now it's our time.
And the infield is in. That chopper was so high, I'm a little surprised Jordan didn't try it at home.
Well, he was, you know, with one out. You're told by the third base coach, see it through, whatever. But sometimes as a good runner, you can get a read like that and just figure it out.
And when people ask, well, why do you have the go on contact play? It's to take the judgment out of the runner's hands, right? On a play like that, he would have just been going, and it would have been a tough play.
Yeah, a lot of times at the infield's, you know, kind of midway, you know, get a good read, figure it out. But most of the time, it's see the ball through. or you're going on contact.
So a big out there for Blackburn. Second and third, 2 out. Weather holds up.
And I would not be surprised if he pitched extremely careful to him. You know, there's the bases open. He already has a 2-run double. He's the guy that we've talked about, that 16 home runs on the year, left-handed hitter, can do a lot of things with the bat.
Very impressive rookie.
You might as well put 4 fingers up here.
2-0. And 3-0. With Herrera on deck. Herrera does have a ribby double tonight. 3-0. There's the intentional walk. So bases loaded, 2 out. Yankees will have Goldschmidt, Grisham, and Rice up in the bottom of the 9th. Here's Herrera. Strike 1. The 0-1. 0-2. Both teams out of challenges.
Yeah, that was definitely a tap on the helmet there. That ball looked like it was down and away. But again, you know, you use those challenges early in the game. These are when you want them.
Oof, yeah. Blackburn ahead 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 out. Pitch. He got him. Sinker right down the middle. And Blackburn works out of trouble. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Can the Yankees rally in the rain? Well, here we go. This game is plotted into the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Goldschmidt who pinch hit for Wells in the 7th, stayed in the game. He doubled. That was in the 9th spot. And then you turn it over the top, Grisham and Rice. So they get to the 4th hitter. It would be Ali Sanchez, who came in for Garcia when they decided to leave Goldschmidt in. But Goldschmidt's at bat coming up before Garcia's would, which obviously made a lot of sense, as Goldschmidt will lead off here and try and get things going. And no guarantee the Yankees get to Garcia's spot. Riley O'Brien, the closer for the Cardinals. Goldschmidt flies that into right. Fermin goes to the track, works his way in, 1 down.
You saw O'Brien, a 26 All-Star, but he has not been good as of late. Most of the St. Louis bullpen is kind of falling apart together. But he's had a solid year going into the All-Star break.
26 saves, second in the NL to Mason Miller's. Here's Grisham. Ten of the Yankees' last 21 hitters have reached base, but
1 run.
Yeah,
it comes down to that hitting with runners in scoring position, moving guys over, getting guys in.
Yankees 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position tonight. Trying to get one guy on to give that man a chance as the tying run. Bryant uses that power sinker. The Yankees do not have a challenge even if they wanted to. Well, that looks like a strike.
Two-seamer that pitched before looked like a strike. Yeah, definitely got to the plate. 97. That's good velocity and good movement.
The 1-2. There's been a lot of fun, uplifting, encouraging, dramatic moments in this series. But at the end of the day, if you're the Yankees, you don't want to be losing 2 out of 3 at home to the Cardinals.
Nope. And then you've got the Atlanta Braves coming in who are extremely hot.
And the Yankees still come back here. The 1-2. Grisham, good swing there. The St. Louis team that had lost 6 straight series going into this one. The 1-2 to Grisham. Fought off, one hopper to short, and Wynn will throw him out. The Yankees are down to their final out. Here's Rice. Well, Warren, the starter, just gave up the 3 2-out runs in the 5th. That was it. He was pretty good. The Yankee offense has not been able to do much of anything here tonight. Max Fried will start on Friday against his former team. Rice went around. Rice 2 for his last 29. He has walked his last 2 plate appearances here tonight. Remember, does not Garcia in the cleanup spot behind him. It would be Sanchez who came in to catch. The 1-1. And the Yankees down to their final strike.
You see what O'Brien can do with that sinker at the hip of the lefties and run it right back over the inside corner.
The 1-2. Inside, it's 2-2. A night that started with a 1 hour and 8-minute rain delay. Had a couple of light outages. A false tarp situation. And now, the bottom of the 9th at 11:31, the Yankees trying to stay alive. Yeah. Sometimes you got to go fix that pop breaker.
You got to call it out. I mean,
yeah.
Didn't do its job tonight.
The 2-2. Rice takes, and the count is full.
And a lot of close pitches, and that's a good call. That ball did not end up on the plate.
3-2. Rice battling. Another 3-2. Inside, ball 4. Third walk for Rice. And this game not over yet. Remember, though, it is Sanchez, not Garcia, hitting here in this spot right now.
And it's the times where you look back and think, was it worth it? Because now you're not giving Garcia an opportunity. A lefty would have been a good matchup right here, but you had to take that chance to have Caballero score on a double from first pinch running.
Rice will take second on defensive indifference. And Goldschmidt, when he pinch hit, he doubled. And then he did bat leading off this inning as well. They'll give a stolen base there for Rice rather than the defensive indifference. Your one other option option would be hitting Rosario and then having Rice get behind the plate should it extend. But it's Sanchez who hits here. And it's 2-1. And we know Brian Cashman reiterated the other day, and the Yankees have said it throughout, that they really have no plans to catch Rice this season. So they stick with Sanchez in this spot. The 2-1 pitch. That is outside, 3-1. Ramos is on deck. The 3-1 from O'Brien. In there for a strike. Count is full. Yankees trailing 3-1, bottom of the ninth, 2 out. Rice at second, Ramos on deck. And a 3-2 count on Sanchez. Sanchez looking to extend this game, give Ramos a shot. Here's the 3-2. Tap foul. Another 3-2. Strike 3, got him looking. And that is the ball game. The Cardinals take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees as the bats fail in the Bronx again.
Yeah, they were in the game. They had some opportunities. It all comes down to getting big hits, and I don't think this was a good pitch. Sanchez, no challenges left. Not much you can do. Walk to the dugout. Looks like he got there. But again, 2 out of 3 loss to the Cardinals.
And he pitched well enough to win this one, but could not break through. Yankees 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Now time for the Mazda player of the game.
Well, a big reason why the Yankees didn't swing the bat well was the player of the game. Andre Palante, his 12th win of the year, has stood out on the Cardinals pitching staff so far this year.
3-9-2 for the Cardinals. 1-4-0 for the Yanks. 3 hours and 21 minutes after a 1 hour, 8-minute rain delay. Warren the loss, Palante the win, O'Brien the save. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and our executive producers Jared Ames Boschnack. Don't forget to join us again on August 19th when the Yankees take on the Orioles at Camden Yards. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. on Prime with first pitch coming just after 6:30. For more coverage of tonight's game, tune into the Yes Network for the W.B. Mason post-game show. Once again, the final score, the Cardinals 3 and the Yankees 1. For Paul O'Neill and Justin Shackle, I'm Ryan Rucco saying so long, everybody. Have a good one. The Cardinals take the rubber game, 3-1 the final.